Hello everyone, what is cooking all you good looking people out there, and welcome to another exciting episode of GeoGuessr. Here we are in yesterday's daily challenge location. A very nice spot out on a big lake, big mountains, big boat, time to kayak over here. And also, what have we got? It looks like pretty cold weather. Now, where do I think we are? I think we are in Canada. And I'm gonna go pretty much where, you kind of think we are. But what if we were somewhere like a little bit different? What if we were this lake over here? Yeah, what if we were that lake? The answer was no, we were much further north than I thought we were. Over here in Alaska. Well, that's kind of like the ocean, really. Wow, 1895. Hopefully some of you guys figured that one out. All right, here we are in today's daily challenge location, a grassy field. I mean, lots of grass, almost never-ending grass. It really is a wonder what and why I possibly chose this location, but I'll tell you why. First thing that intrigued me was this. I don't know, maybe a dead person, maybe a pile of clothes. In fact, it's what I think it is, because there's somebody who seems to be wading into a swamp, perhaps wearing some kind of pants, but probably not wearing a shirt. Who knows why this person is doing this? Would you walk into a swampy, marshy type area just for fun? That's what I imagine this person is doing. I mean, at least they got clothes, maybe hopefully a towel at least. But you'd probably want some water and stuff. Wash yourself down before you do the long walk home. I mean, you can see the town's all the way over here. You got a pretty far walk. But hey, you know what? Sometimes when you live in a place like this, all you're going to do is just have fun in the swamp. And that's where you guys come in. This is a daily challenge, which of course means it's up to you guys to tell me where in the world you think we are. All you need to do is put your guesses down in the comment section below. Tell me where in the world do you think this is. And in tomorrow's video's comment section, I announce the winner. The person that guesses closest. Now, there are no prizes, but there is glory to be won. So if you are interested in becoming today's top GeoGuessr, then tell me, where in the world do you think we are right now? Alrighty, here we are in the main section of today's video, and today we've got a viewer challenge brought to us by none other than our good friend, Jose Martinez. That is right, Jose Martinez, thank you so much for sending this challenge in. This challenge has got no theme, but maybe it has a secret one, so if there is one, we're going to find that out as we go along. Oh boy, a black image. Well, that might mean something. We can move around. Well, it's going to be a weird one, isn't it? Well, hey, you know what? Thank you so much for sending this one in. If you're interested in creating your own custom challenge, all you need to do, look down in the description below, find a step-by-step guide on how to create your own custom challenge and how to send it to me. Also, you find a link to this one so you can play along yourself. So let's do it. Now, a black image is interesting because a black image, that's right, a black image does not mean the same thing as a white image. If it's a white image, it means we're screwed. Image has been deleted, but a black image means that we may be able to find stuff out. So what can we see here? Well, we see a Dodge pickup truck with what appears to be Spanish written on it. So I believe that we are in Mexico. Mexico, that's right. Highway, we don't see what highway we're on, but we know that there's some issues with the camera, but we can at least see. So that is right. Ooh, very interesting. All right. We're going to go with Mexico. Where in Mexico do I think these nice forests are? All right. Well, that's going to require a little bit of guesswork for me because I don't really know. Okay. Not going to be up here. It's not going to be on this thing. It's not going to be there. It's not going to be down there. I don't think it's up here. I think it's going to be in like this kind of area over here. Like in like these mountains or something like that. Like around here. Yeah, those mountains are really big though. They are really big mountains. But that's where I'm thinking we are, though. I'm thinking we're in that area. I don't think we're too far south, although we could be. But I honestly have no idea. So I'm just going to guess around there, and I'm going to say that that's probably a decent... maybe a little bit more south, maybe like over here down in Nayarit, over there. Maybe like... What about like this area over here? Yeah, I think that area is not bad. Or maybe we're in... No. All right, let's go guess like right around there. I think that's going to be a decent guess. All right, boom, and no. Close to Mexico City, north of it, right over here in a national park, El Chico, 2249. All right, what about this? We've got people walking around. What country are we going to be? Are we going to be in Brazil? Brazil's my first guess, looking at this. Let's take a little bit of a closer look, though. I'm sure we can find more clues. All right, something, something, something. Okay, I can't really read any of that. What about this? Mexico. Looks like where we are. Although this looks like a tourism ad. So either we are in Mexico, or it is either we are in Mexico, or we're not. So really, or we're not in Mexico, and that's a commercial for Mexico. So that's a possibility because you do see ads. Go travel in Mexico. I've been to Mexico a few times, twice actually, and they're both very fun. They're both very good times, and I have family that lives in Mexico. So there you go. Mexico, looks like that is indeed where we are. Oh, very nice. Well, where in Mexico could this be? I'll be honest with you, I don't know. We're in Mexico. I have no idea where. I'm really bad at figuring this out because I don't know much about climate and stuff like that. I mean, I've only been to a very small area. I've been to the airport in Mexico City, and then I've been to Puerto Vallarta and surrounding area. I think it probably only went about as far as Sayulita. I remember specifically going here. Very nice beach. I will say that for sure. In fact, one of these restaurants, if I remember correctly, made a banging shrimp and bacon pizza, which, I don't know, it doesn't really seem, that's not really an authentic Mexican dish, I don't think. But let me tell you, a shrimp and bacon pizza is a great pizza to have on a beach. I really liked it. So there you go. But and that's where I've been. Both times it was there. That still doesn't really help me figure out where we are. Max Cala. No, nothing over here really shows me much. So where do I think we are? Cancun, actually. I just saw a sign that said Cancun. That's good. So Cancun, you know what? Why don't we say Cancun? Right in the city, too. Mexico City. Really? Mexico City's so huge. It's gigantic. It's incredible. 2093. All right. What about this? Well, my first guess is Mexico. This is guess number one, really, to be honest with you. But it's not what I would normally guess. But now taking a look at this sign, yep, Mexico, it is. You can tell the road signs in Mexico very similar to those in Canada and the U.S., except the arrows are a little bit different. They're a little bit more have rounded edges. They have a little bit more rounded edges than the ones that they use in Canada and the U.S. Those are a little bit sharper, whereas the one in Mexico's appear a little bit more rounded. That's the entire story right there. It's not very particularly interesting, but okay. We're still thinking Mexico here. So, where in Mexico is this going to be? Well, that's the thing. It sort of looks like the place we were before, which was just north of Mexico City. Like, to me, compared to the place we saw in the beginning, there's not much that I can, really tell. Looking at this, it's beautiful. And I will say it is not the typical imagery that I imagine when I think of Mexico. It doesn't particularly remind me of where I was in Mexico, although I will have to admit that was very resorty where I went. And I don't know if I was paying enough attention driving around. I was a big resort. They did drive around and stuff like that, and they go pretty far. In fact, it was quite spectacular. But it didn't look like this. And I'm fairly certain I remembered that correctly. I'm fairly certain I can say safely that what I saw didn't look like this. But, this obviously is a place, and I'm fairly certain it is in Mexico, but where? Where in Mexico would this be? Maybe it's near the place I guessed first. Maybe. Should I guess that, or should I guess we're up here? Well, let's keep going on that train. Let's go a little bit more north. Let's go around here. It's too far north. What about right around there? No, that was kind of close to where I was first guessing, but I wouldn't have thought this far north, right near the Sonora Desert. Looks like that. I mean, we're so close as big mountains, right? Mountains tend to block a desert, but yeah, that being said, I didn't think that'd be all the way up there. I always think of this area as very desert-like, 2154, but of course I'm wrong. Now this, I wouldn't say this necessarily looks like Mexico. In fact, if I were to guess immediately, I would have guessed Chile right off the bat. But I don't know. We could be in Mexico. We could be in Chile. I don't know. Not really sure. Although taking a closer look, he saw some big pickup trucks and stuff like that. Big trucks. Well, I don't think they were pickup trucks, but they were trucks. Do we have anything that tells us that we are in Mexico? There you go. We got a couple of kids. They're just coming home from school or something like that. And they're just seeing Google truck, and that's pretty cool. So what is there here? I don't know. I mean, this place does diabetes test, general urine tests, and cholesterol tests for $180, or is that pesos? This peso is $18. This is a good deal, I think. I mean, I don't know. It sounds like a lot of tests, right? That's a pretty good deal, I'd say. I mean, American dollars, Canadian dollars, it's like, 25 at this point. So where are we? But I don't know where we are. We don't know that we're in Mexico. Is the sign for pesos the same thing as the dollar sign? I don't remember if it is or if it's not. Wow, this is a spectacular sight, though. I'm glad we found this. Wow. Now that's amazing. That's an amazing looking mountain. These ones are pretty damn cool, but this one, wow. I'm going to say I'm impressed. That is beautiful. We're definitely in Mexico, though. Look at these cars. We're definitely in Mexico, but that is very, very cool. Where the heck is this going to be? I don't know where that is. I don't know what that is. This is a word I feel like I know, but that doesn't really help me. Wow, that's incredible. I'd like to see this. Wow, what a mountain. One of the coolest mountains I've seen. It doesn't look like others. It's so rounded, but yet so big. It's an impressive looking mountain. I mean, you got to admit, like, it just comes out of nowhere. And it doesn't really come that much out of nowhere. But it feels like it comes out of nowhere. Like, it's huge, too. Wow, all right. So where's that going to be in Mexico? I don't know. I don't know where that's going to be. What about, geez, where would this be? Like, over more north, like, right there. The answer was, oh, no, over here. Oh, I see. Look at these mountains. Wow, that's really cool. What a mountain. Is there a name for it? Is it just this one here? That's really cool, actually. 2425. All right. And now what do we got here? Well, this could be Mexico. I'd imagine that it is, unless you're really trying to trick me here on this one. Mexico. Put me in a place with no signs and it's not Mexico. That would be a dastardly trick. And it would work, but we do have the arrows that do not look like the ones we see in the US or Canada. So I'm going to say Mexico is likely 34 kilometers away. All right, that seems good to me. That passes the my basic is that Spanish test because I am terrible at that. And I really need to see a lot of writing to be able to figure it out. But seeing a couple of things, yep, I would say that is indeed Spanish. Great. So, where are we? We're in Mexico. Where in Mexico? That's a good question. I'm glad you're asking because I got to figure this out. I got to figure out where we are. But I don't think we're going to really figure it out here. It's just a spoiler. I think we're starting to get down south here. We're getting down south. We are getting, we're getting ready for this one. What about here? What about this big block of stuff here? Big mountains? No, not too many mountains. Down in Oaxaca. I think that's right. I don't know. I don't think that's right at all, to be honest with you. I'm not confident in this one at all. I mean, as for a Mexico challenge, this is really bad. I mean, I figured out what country we were from the get-go. I'm going to have 5 locations in the country, and I'm barely going to crack 11K. That's the crazy part. I mean, this is like a Hail Mary right here. Will I crack 11K? Yeah, I will. I got lucky. I came close. But 11K is not good. 11K is not a good score for being confined to a single country. And one that isn't, huge. Yeah, okay, if it was Russia, maybe. Fool me once. I mean, still, I should at least have gotten one location, right? You'd think that. You think I could do one and get the 6,000 points and end up with 15, but no. Not this time. Jeez Louise, what a challenge. Hey, but Mexico. Today we found out for sure that Mexico has a lot of good stuff in it. We found this little area over here north of Mexico City. Looked very nice, and I think, which one was it? This area over here, similar look to it. Then we also found in Mexico City, which I wouldn't have thought was in Mexico City, but the city's so huge. Who knows? I guess Cancun. What do I know? I've never been to Cancun. Then we saw D, near Monterrey. Beautiful, beautiful mountain. I really like that. That was wonderful. Great place. My favorite one in the whole challenge. And then we went to E, which of course was not down here, but, just up here. Just up here in this little area. Who would have guessed? I wouldn't have. It was, flat and kind of hilly and kind of tree, stuff like that. 11,175. I'm going to say that I hope you guys have enjoyed. I know I certainly have. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Aw, yeah. Cue the royalty-free music. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, everybody. Get on your feet. Stand up, look at the screen, and repeat. I'm gonna like, rate, comment, and subscribe. I love watching Ather vids all of the time. Thanks for dropping by and spending the time. Hope you've enjoyed, and let's get on with our lives. Oh, yeah. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for these awesome beats. Woo, yeah. Have a good one. Bye.